welcome to Chopped Greens. I'm your host, Philip M. Ryan, back and better than ever with Gary the Bear Boucher.
Gary the Bear Boucher.
Yeah.
I'm usually mistaken for like a Hemsworth, but you know.
Yeah,
I'll take a bear.
Speaking of which, Brother Bear was the worst Disney.
Whoa.
Well,
No.
you said you didn't even care about the Bears, so I figured that'd be a great intro. You don't care about Chris Pratt, Brother Bear?
Chris Pratt would be great in Brother Bear too, by the way. If imagine him voicing whatever Malou, I don't know his name.
You know what might make it easier is if you like put a little makeup. Maddie put a little makeup on your Chris Pratt tattoo, or actually, let me get it right. Star-Lord.
Thank you,
because I know that they're separate entities to you. Hashtag not your Star-Lord.
Don't hate Chris Pratt, and I actually love Brother Bear. Okay, that is a masterpiece.
Oh, did you enjoy the sequel? Straight to DVD.
The direct to DVD. You know,
the direct to DVD.
We don't talk about that. We just talk about Brother Bear.
Fair enough.
That's the only thing that there is.
And for the lovely viewing audience, we do have a studio audience today. We have a couple Chopped Greens veterans as Luke Wright returns from England, and he'll just be sitting this one out.
All right.
I'm sure you did not enjoy the spectacle that is Baby Driver. He shook his head no for all those.
I don't know if I'm supposed to talk or not.
You're right. Yeah.
It's not technically my podcast. I don't want to.
Somebody pass him the shell, the talking shell. Here, what is this? Do you have the talking C-3PO?
There you go.
I don't want to overstep my bounds because this isn't my podcast.
Right. You can talk if we look at you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, just so while I have the talking head, Brother Bear is trash. Oh.
So there we go.
Because everybody's problem with Brother Bear.
It was a horrible movie.
It's a great story.
It was like a wannabe Good Dinosaur, and even Good Dinosaur.
Good Dinosaur was a wannabe Brother Bear. Okay, Good Dinosaur doesn't have anything on Kenai. That's his name, not Malou. It's Kenai.
Yeah, but Baloo was the better bear.
The fact that it took you this long to remember proves how not good it was.
All right, speaking of really good movies, though.
Yes.
Which was not Brother Bear.
Almost as good as Brother Bear.
We saw this week... Okay, well, actually, let's start out with a technical correction.
Yeah, sorry for somehow thinking that we could sneak into a Spider-Man Homecoming screening like 2 weeks early. I thought...
So I immediately make my big plans over the weekend. I have a big group going. I'm saying, okay, hey, listen, today I've got to go see... Spider-Man Homecoming. The next day I'm going to see Baby Driver. And at some point I got to sneak in The House because all three of these movies are must-see movies for me. You weren't a part of The House.
Not The House, but you know.
Right. And all of a sudden my friends start texting me back, do you have like insider tickets? Like, are you going to go see the previews? And I'm like thinking... What? My friend Gary, who knows all about Hollywood and is an inside man for me, just told me. So I took his word as gospel on air.
I'm sorry.
That there is indeed a release of Spider-Man Homecoming coming out this week.
I looked it up on Google and it showed showtimes, but it didn't tell me the date. I thought, oh my god, it's out tonight. We have to see it.
There's your mistake right there. Siri, not Google.
Yeah.
Insider trade secrets.
Yeah, don't ask Siri anything about it.
Oh, by the way, worst movie this year, The House. Just as a I'll cut that review in more than a half. Yes, it was awful.
I told you so.
Totally
we're not going to
not worth the hype. I loved the premise.
The hype? What hype?
My hype.
Your hype.
My personal
there's
hype.
No hype around that movie.
Yeah, that was like the Himalayan salt of movies. It was just like it looks good in store, and then once you get it home, it's just salt. It was just, and it assaulted me. What it did.
All right. What is your problem with everything that's good in this world?
The House is not good.
But Himalayan salt, why do you got to bring that into it?
It's alright.
What did Himalayan salt do to you? Himalayan pink salt?
It's a little too crunchy.
All right. You know what else is too crunchy?
What?
I don't have a pun for you. But let's move on.
It's alright. Let's move on. Alright, so Baby Driver came out, and you actually saw it a while back. But you saw it like opening day, opening night.
Edgar Wright, my favorite director. You know, another Mr.
Your
Wright.
favorite director?
Favorite director of all time is that man. I love his movies.
I had to look him up because this movie is so fresh and so unique. I was like, who? Because they make a big deal that he wrote it, directed it. I mean, he just is self-imposing himself. And the opening credit scenes, it's like all this stuff that blends into the background. He's dancing around and credits just seamlessly roll in, and then bam, Edgar Wright directed and wrote this movie. Just as clear as day, and then now we'll go back into the film. Just make sure you know that I wrote this.
It's his baby.
It was a shameless
he came up with this movie like
15
15 years ago when he saw a music video actually for it that's very similar to the opening scene of the film.
And I'm sure if I asked you right off the top of your head, you would know what that music video was.
I forget what the song was, but I read it a week ago, and I know what it looks like because it's like the exact opening scene of the movie.
All right. Well, going down the cast list, Ansel Elgort. Is that what we're going to go with?
Ansel. We'll just say Ansel.
We'll just say Ansel and no Gretel. Stars as Baby. John Bernthal is Griff. John Hamm is Buddy. John Hamm of Mad Men. Respect. And
Ham
Distinct.
Solo.
Okay. Elza Gonzalez is Darling. Micah Howard is... I don't know why we have Barista as the next one going up. Yeah, Kevin Spacey, of course, is Doc. We see him a lot in the trailers. I can't think of words. And then I think that's about it. There's also a couple of cameos that are very small but they're wonderful as well. So, Baby Driver. Let's go down this road driving on the highway because this is a new, fresh take on a thrilling bank robbery.
You know, one person who I read a big piece on it described it as if Quentin Tarantino directed La La Land, and I thought that was pretty freaking accurate because this blends. It's a genre blending film. It's almost a musical, but it's a getaway heist film. And it's an
this is not movie. This is not La La Land where they're like do give me your money all hands up papa dead. Yeah,
thank you guys. But
and the winner is Baby Driver. Just kidding. It's the house.
Maybe visual effects. I don't know. But anyways. Yeah, it's super genre blending film. Never seen anything like it. That's what I love about Edgar Wright. He takes like genre tropes. You know, like action films, horror films, and he puts fresh twists on them. He makes them funny. He makes them interesting. He loves to choreograph, do sound bites, and this entire movie was basically set to the beat of every song that it was in, and just the whole time you're kind of like tapping your foot because every line, every step, it's all in sync with the music, and it's like the coolest thing you've ever seen.
It's really an expansion on a genre I feel that's been hit on, but not really to this magnitude in previous movies.
Because on the other side of the spectrum, you have like Drive, which is a great movie.
Right.
It's the exact opposite. The characters don't talk.
No, I know. Ryan Gosling played a very serious role there. And totally, actually, I believe it was because of that he went, fun little sidestep there, is after that particular film, he went to go see a doctor for some weird reason, just like his knee or something.
Yeah.
And he goes to the doctor, and the doctor at the end of the visit says, hey, by the way, lighten up, will you? Do a comedy movie or something. And that's how Crazy Stupid Love, how he was in that film.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at you and your Gosling trivia.
Yes.
That's amazing.
But this is a blend of something akin to Driver / Inside Man, with something along the lines of Nick and Nora's Playlist, where it's a weird blend to just.
But it totally works. Like it works, and I read a lot about most of the time. You shoot a movie and then you score it, but he scored every single scene, kind of like how they did with Guardian. So every scene had a song. This was like every line, every movement had a song, and so and you can see that in the final product. It's seamless all the way through. And much like La La Land, in a weird way, the beginning is choreographed so meticulously that it actually is it flows interchangeably, where a move simply goes into another, where the scenery works along with the lyrics, the movement of everything else. Just like it's an entire 3-minute take after the first car chase to start off the film. He's walking through the streets of Atlanta. He stops. He aligns with this trumpet right at the trumpet solo, and he keeps going. He's dancing. It's amazing. It's an opening showcase that really helps the viewer get directly into the film and know the tempo and the style that we're about to watch. But if you want to go a little bit deeper into that, that's not just all for show either, because that ties into the character of Baby. Because as we learn more and more about the characters, Baby was involved in an accident. I'm not giving any spoilers here. This is in the previews. He was involved in an accident when he was a kid that has caused a ringing in his ear, and so to drown out the ringing, he's listening to music. And so that's why he's always vibing and he's always having a good time, because as soon as he takes him out, he can't even function. And so, it's not just a big musical extravaganza for show. It's actually part of the character. So it's like we're inside Baby's head the whole movie. It's his world, and we're just watching through his lens. And while a lot of movies have that, it's never felt this specialized as before. It may be other movies where it's more just in your face, forced through a lens, is maybe The Accountant of recent times, where you're forced to see how meticulous everything goes. But in this particular film, seeing how the entire world is just
synchronized to rock songs, synchronized to love songs, and there's actually a very good
like 4
blend.
songs named Deborah in that movie. I don't know how they found those, but hey, it worked out.
And everything was actually, I'm going to keep using the word choreographed because that's just, it's really the only word that properly describes how everything in this world, according to Baby, he knows the song so well that he can diverge his actions to mesh with what is going on around him. And it's interesting to see how throughout this entire film, Deborah is incorporated as well. Lily James, I believe, is her name.
Yeah, the new Cinderella. If you haven't seen it, it's a great movie.
I had to look her up because there's actually 2. I'm trying to think of Darling, Aiza Gonzalez. Both of them to me were newcomers, and both I thought sufficiently held up a role. Lily James plays a very naive,
like a girl next door type.
Yeah, just waiting to be saved or waiting to go.
I mean, there's that. Here's the one thing: the love story, not that much depth, not that much development.
You have to take it for granted.
But like the style and like just the pacing of the scenes like picks that up, and you don't even really think about it. There were a few times where I was kind of pulled out, and I was like, not the most believable romance, but the 2 lead actors had such great chemistry, and just the fact that the camera was always moving, and there was always a song playing, and they were always, in a way, dancing, with their words or with their movements. It just drowns it out, anyways,
And we say it often throughout all these movies that we've critiqued, but this movie has a way that makes Baby's standalone dialogue, when he does talk, genuine, to where you feel as if, even though he doesn't have a lot to say, his actions show that, as well as even his backstory and where he lives. Primarily,
you definitely feel, trapped, just like he does in this world that he can't get out of. Right. It's a classic. It's like almost like a Hitchcock story. Someone in a situation that they can't get out of. That's a story that everybody loves. An innocent guy who is in crime, pretty much.
And while it's not an entirely realistic film, there's hints and dashes of surrealism. Obviously,
it's fun. It
is a guilty pleasure trip that is as real as I think you'd need it to be.
Probably the most fun I've had at the movies this year. I would say the most intense was probably Logan, but the most fun time,
definitely brutal.
Yeah, but Logan. This was just a blast. It was like a roller coaster,
And just as an interesting bank robbery, heightened sense of awareness film, it's the first in a while that I've seen that is highlighting only the driving aspect of it. Not since, what was the Jason Statham movies, The Driver, or anybody in the audience know Jason Statham?
Transporter,
thank you. The original good one. Not since that specific film have I seen this is why we have them around, really, just for pop quiz culture that normally we just bumble around with. But not since that film have I seen a film that's centrally focused on the driver, and actually it offers a great 2A plot to an otherwise film, because we look at it, and even when we kind of get glimpses into what's going on within the crimes and what's happening inside the bank or wherever the heist is going on, it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, no,
and
it's all about beautiful. Baby. He gets cutscenes. It's about his conflict. He's just waiting for them to come out, but it's not about the robberies at all. Because not only is he trying to drive away from the robberies, but he's metaphorically trying to drive away from the situation that he's in.
Yeah. Wow. that took you a couple tries to make sure that it went through.
7 seconds. Seamless. Just like the editing.
And a quick also shout out to the thank you the dialogue. I'm going to assume that you meant the podcast editing, because that's fantastic.
Yeah, shout out to our sponsors.
Potbellies.
Potbellies.
Yes, Potbellies and
Guinness,
which is Guinness.
Yeah.
Yes. Staples of any good chopped green show.
Yes.
However, the dialogue, while it's just extremely well written for every character. Every character in this film is summed up to the right amount to where they're not tropey. Where
they're almost archetypes, but
the only one I thought was a bit ridiculous, beyond ridiculous, was the butcher type. Do you happen to remember the butcher character, the weapon salesman?
Oh, yeah.
That was a bit.
I mean,
just on and on.
Even Jamie Foxx's character was just, generic bad boy dialogue, like, "Yo, I'm the one who's got the mental problems here." But his delivery is fantastic. He's such a good actor that you can give him bad dialogue and he'll make it fun at least.
Yeah, and Kevin Spacey always just steals all the. Yes, he does. And it actually, within my own mind, I've sparked a debate of whether or not he's the best living actor of our time right now.
Kevin Spacey.
Think about it.
You can make a good argument for Kevin Spacey.
The only other one I can think of is maybe someone along the lines of Al Pacino, or...
I would even throw... Daniel Day-Lewis is retired, but...
That's true.
If you win an Oscar
but just
every time you do a movie, like...
That's true. He is very selective, but he always plays different sides. He can either be the hero in the Last of the Mohicans or the villain in There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
One gripe I had also was, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but the ending-ish when Kevin Spacey's character has an action that I felt was very out of character, very unjustified at the end.
Okay.
Didn't really make sense to me. Kind of felt like they needed something to happen in that scene and they could have written that better, but they instead just had what happened happen, if you know what I'm talking about. for you listeners who have yet to see it, you'll know what I'm saying when it happens, because it'll be like, whoa, what?
Hopefully everybody who's listening and has seen it can appreciate how many steps you went through.
Thank you.
To say what you said without spoiling it.
Yeah.
But yes, I think I can get where you're going.
But
in that sense.
To add on to that, Kevin Spacey is just so good in that scene that you're like, yeah, this makes total sense. This is what he would do.
Yeah, anytime Kevin Spacey plays a person who has power over you and can sort of impose his will upon you, whether it be through manipulation, blackmail, bribery, what have you.
Yeah.
He knows how to twist the knife so subtly with his words and his delivery that it just creates this aura of respectability. You don't even hate him. You're like, wow, that's so evil. That is just so bad.
Dang, you're a really good villain, man.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic.
Yes.
And the standout actor to me, Ansel Elgort sells the role for me. He fits. I don't know.
He's a great baby.
He's a great baby. He's a great baby. No,
wait, hold on. Let me guess who you're gonna say. And I'm gonna say it on 3. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. John Hamm. Yes.
Absolutely fantastic actor, and
did a great job.
Didn't know that he could turn code like that and be a completely ludicrous and insane villain. John Hamm.
We just had
Did we just become best friends?
We had a Step Brothers moment. Good housekeeping. Best performance of Baby Driver. John Hamm.
Oh yeah.
We just became best friends, man.
And what about that haircut? No, I'm not usually one to go in the hair and makeup department on movies, but it's a bold choice.
Yeah.
And totally sells it.
Yeah.
Kind of like our own Luke Wright, going for the beard and. Well, not the beard. What would you call that? How would you self-describe the...
It's a goatee with some 5 o'clock shadow I haven't shaved.
So we're talking like late
looks good,
7 o'clock?
Thank you. Yeah, about 7, 9 o'clock.
Okay, we're heading to happy hour.
The rest of it, the goatee is the only thing that stays once I go into the hut.
The hut, his own...
Pizza the Hut?
Jabba? Pizza Hut. I'm just trying to think, and it's very fast paced. It's very
it's actually it's a really long movie. It's 2 hours and 4 minute running time, I believe, but doesn't feel like it. It never really lagged for me at all.
And it does have that Quentin Tarantino film / Scorsese film where if you've seen The Departed, the endings are somewhat similar in that it's very it's all a climax to reach where the end is, and once it reaches to a certain point, it's bang 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 bang.
Yeah, you know what's funny is the intro to this film, the introductory car chase scene. I was like, how are they going to top this? Because this is like more intense than the climax of most movies. And then they did in the climactic scene, which was like a 20-minute chase scene, ending with I'm not going to say anything, but even better than the opening scene. So hats off to Edgar.
Yes, and a lot of just wonderful character development. That I think really sold this more so than the action, because you can really find cheap good action. I think Sylvester Stallone's coming out with another film.
These are practical effects though too.
Yeah,
and you can tell. So I thought that the action was way above par.
And even I thought that even the action sequences, and it's a very hard time to... It's very rare in the day that you can say this about a movie, but even the action sequences opened up about the characters. So Baby is a pacifist in a very insane and gory and action-filled world. And yet he chooses to separate himself, literally and figuratively, from that world. And through his choices on where he drives, how he drives... And all these where he goes, it's just through each choice that he makes, it's made abundantly clear where he's at, what he's emotionally feeling, and how he can interpret an order of whether of a situation that he's in, and how he goes forward, and it works beautifully. It's character development, which is rare.
Yeah, and it's great to pick it apart after you go through this whirlwind and see that it's really just a really excellent through line of character development. The whole thing like rides on Baby's back, and you're not thinking about that as you're watching it because there's so much going on, but like it's kind of subconsciously happening, and it has a very awesome payoff, and that's because they kept consistent with every scene was moving with Baby's story. Every single choice that he or the other characters made affected him. It was all about Baby, and so when you have a through line that's like that, that's really easy to follow. It makes the movie really fun to engage with. So I think that was an excellent choice.
There's no way that there's a sequel, right? There can't be.
No, I think that Edgar Wright does standalone movies, and he's done a trilogy before, but it's really like loosely similar movies. He goes from one story to the next, you know.
And I believe it was meant with that purpose. My only fear is that a lot of these films...
I wouldn't like a sequel. I mean, I would go see it, but I think it works great.
There's the dirty American in you right there. That's the... I wouldn't go see... I mean, I would see it,
but do we need it?
You know what that is? That's a Transformers franchise right there. It's the...
That's I don't
want a sequel. I would see it, but I don't...
It's like, you know what? I don't have a pool.
I'm not going to go see the Bumblebee standalone trilogy. Well, I mean, I
could use another $100 million, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do it. Let's make another one.
It would be hard to top it, and for me, it's one of the top 5 films of the year.
Oh yeah.
And I believe definitely. That you felt so too.
Oh yeah, I would. I mean, probably this, Logan, maybe The Big Sick.
Maybe The Big Sick.
I need to go down the list of everything we've seen.
Is Kumail your new Chris Pratt? How dare you?
No one will ever be my new Chris Pratt. Okay,
that's true.
Stop with the Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt. Please, don't make him. I know he's listening every week, so don't make him think I don't like him.
I am perpetuating this fake feud until my dying day. You and Chris Pratt, clash of the.
I don't want to fight Chris Pratt. He beat me up.
Petty versus Pratt.
That's not cool, man.
You're not Pratt.
Yeah, I know.
Petty and Pink.
Oh, I like that though.
That's pretty good, right? Nice. Petty LaPone?
Yeah.
Petty Wop? Okay,
I'm sorry. How many more you got, man?
I'm running out. But anyways, okay, so on a grading scale, where did you find?
You know, I'm going to let you go first. I went first last week.
Yes.
So go ahead.
So I go ahead. Okay, so I gave The Big Sick. It still edges it out for me. It's still my favorite with a 96.
Big Sick is?
Big Sick is.
Yeah.
So, but... It's not too far behind, just in that an action film that actually has a viable storyline, has excellent character development, and a blend of new genres that really incorporates a soundtrack in more ways than has been before.
Yeah.
Hopefully that I would enjoy seeing that in the future, and seeing that takes a step forward, and we can incorporate music, even if it's not sung. I mean, like you said, it's a musical, but it's not.
Yeah.
But if we can somehow incorporate a choreography between music and honest actual acting, then I would see that as a viable option going forward in future films. With that being said, I think it's somewhere around it's a 91 for me.
You're kidding.
Oh my goodness, he's gonna kill me over 2%.
No. I could, because my rating that I had in my head was a 91.
Oh, okay.
I gave Logan a 93, still my highest of this year. This doesn't quite reach that because of story and character reasons. Logan was more honest, I felt, but this was still extremely fun. Second best movie I think I've seen this year. Favorite director, I couldn't be happier with his first American movie. I love it.
I remember from whenever in the summer, whenever we started this, one of the few trailers that you said we are seeing that.
Yeah,
was Baby Driver.
Yes.
Before it was even properly hyped. It was just the first trailer.
I was like, no, we have to. And we will be reviewing that.
Yes.
And now my day has come, and I'm very happy.
Yes, and here we are, however many months later, babied out.
It's been a wild ride.
It has been. I don't even remember. So the next week we're definitely...
Spider-Man is out.
Spider-Man is out.
Yes.
We will see... Well, did you say Spider-Man's your favorite character?
He's my favorite superhero, yeah.
He's probably my most well-versed, my most well-known. Yeah. He's the only one I've actually read comics about. I've rented at a library. And his villains are inarguably the best.
I've got some people giving me the eyes right now.
I know, our studio audience...
In the podcast room
needs to get a car or something.
Room.
They need to chill out. We are about to be rushed by the Shaun of the Dead zombies coming at us.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyway, again, Spider-Man inarguably has the best villains of any superhero. You
think so?
Oh, by far.
I mean,
the only one you got is
Joker,
Batman.
yeah.
And he's got the Joker. That's of course the best arch enemy. But past that, who do we got? Mr. Freeze. That's going to do it for you, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a good day in hell when I be a good actor. Yeah, no more of those.
No more Arnold.
I cannot. No, I'm not editing any more of those. All right, we will go to a quick give me five while I lecture you. Don't you say it on what we can and cannot say.
Arnold's.
Yes, that's right. We'll be back.
Red Ribbon Realty Group at HomeSmart is a full-service real estate team of Phoenix natives with over 15 years of experience in the industry. When you work with them, you have 2 full-time realtors representing your best interests throughout your entire transaction, whether you are selling, buying, or renting. They also believe in supporting their community. Use code word chopped greens and Red Ribbon Realty Group will donate 15% of their net commission from your transaction to the nonprofit charity of your choice. Visit their website at www.redribbongroup.com and find them on Facebook. You can also email them at info@redribbongroup.com or call them at 602-888-6638. Red Ribbon Realty Group. Trust. Commitment. Home.
So if people could pay for the paywall version of Chopped Greens, we just had an intense discussion of the villains and which is who, the rankings of Spider-Man versus Batman. I would argue that I won, but it's all right. You know, everybody has a dissenting opinion. As Luke over here is
Green Goblin
pulling out his goatee.
Not even half as good as
no.
Dr. Octopus.
Dr. Octopus. You can't compare anyone to the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
I gave you the Joker.
Yeah.
I can't argue the Joker. The Joker's the best one, but outside of him, I would go then Venom. Even Carnage is you get 2 uses out of Venom. You get Venom and Carnage.
Sand or whatever.
Sandman's awesome. Have you seen his power? Okay, we're not gonna go there. This is not what this podcast is about.
Marvel fanboy over here.
All right. Anyways, this is Give Me 5, Gary, the part of the podcast where I've got 5 questions for you. You've got 5 questions for me.
Do you know what that always reminds me of?
What?
Did you ever watch VeggieTales? This is the part of the show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song. And I would like whenever you go, this is the part of the show where I always think of VeggieTales.
I've thought that in our podcast.
Every single time he says it, you think that, right? I just wanted to tell you.
Water Buffalo.
Thank you.
The best one though is my cheeseburger, the cheeseburger.
I did for you, for you,
Mr. Whatever his name is, he goes hard for that hamburger. He goes as hard as I do for that.
What about the belly button song? Do you remember the belly button?
It's all about the rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky. How has the rubber ducky in Americana culture spawned 2 fantastic songs with Ernie and Larry? Those are 2 great Rubber Ducky songs.
We just want to give a shout out to the Rubber Ducky.
You go Rubber Ducky. That's like saying like that Q-Tip is the innovator of all William Shakespearean drama. Like how is it that we allowed this to happen? But okay, enjoy it. All right, so you want to go first or?
Sure,
okay, fantastic.
Sure. I've got a great game for you that ties into the movie we just saw. I bet you never saw that coming.
I did not. I couldn't sniff that one out.
This is the game I like to call Answer Correctly.
All right. Is our studio audience allowed to play?
Of course.
All right. We've got...
You're way too proud of yourself for that one.
By the way, everybody just give a quick shout out on who you are.
Luke.
Maddie.
Nathan.
Yeah. All right. So just so everybody knows who the voices are.
So this is Ansel correctly. I did a lot of research on Ansel, the star of Baby Driver, and I've got some great questions for you. So, 5 questions about Ansel, 3 questions per each question, 3 facts, 2 of them are false, 1 of them is right. You gotta sniff it out. My version of Uber Facts, which is way better, way more cool than your dumb version.
So you made that the most convoluted statement of discussing rules.
Here
so
we go.
How you do Chutes and Ladders is there's a boarded thing that goes up.
Number 1. This is the first major movie that Ansel was in. Was it 1, Carrie, the 2013 remake, 2, Neighbors, with Zac Efron, Seth Rogen, or 3, The Fault in Our Stars?
Nathan?
Fault in Our Stars.
Maddie?
I'll say Carrie.
I'm going to say Fault in Our Stars too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. No, I know he was in Fault in Our Stars, but I'm gonna go with Carrie because I think that was further back.
You ready for the answer?
Yes.
Boom, Carrie is the right answer.
Ah.
Maddie, how'd you know? Maddie loves the movie Carrie, so no wonder.
The original or the remake?
The original. All right. So this movie is Ansel's favorite movie. He claims to be able to quote it from beginning to end. Is it A, Billy Madison, B, Bonnie and Clyde, 3, C, The Goonies?
Oh, I would think that I know this one, but go ahead, Nathan.
Say him again.
Billy Madison, Bonnie and Clyde, The Goonies.
I'd have to say The Goonies. I don't know those 3.
Maddie?
I'll go Bonnie and Clyde.
I'm gonna go Bonnie and Clyde too.
It's gotta be the Goonies.
You ready?
Yeah.
None of you were right. It was Billy Madison. What? Ansel loves Billy Madison. It's his favorite
That
movie.
makes me think less of him.
Billy Madison.
Hey.
Oh wait, I was thinking of Billy Elliot.
Oh wow.
Never
Not
mind.
the same thing.
No, there's.
Like Adam Sandler's Billy Madison.
Adam Sandler going back.
If I'd have thought correctly, I might have gotten that one. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
Number 3. So, did you know that Ansel is a professional DJ and he is signed to a recording company? He has a stage name. A DJ stage name. And I'm going to give you 3 stage names. Which one is the right one? Ann Solo, Little Orphan Annie, or Ansel My Prayers?
There's no way. This is not real. Not one of those is real.
This is real.
I don't know what would be the best one.
And you came up with the other 2?
Yeah, I came up with the other 2.
Oh,
That's pretty creative. Whatever the other 2 were, I'm gonna give you props for it.
yes, okay. Go ahead, Nathan.
Well, I think you asked us this, or you were talking about this earlier.
Oh, so you guys know? Okay, then you guys
Yeah.
go last. Here, I'm gonna go with Little Orphan Ansel.
What were they again?
Ann Solo, Little Orphan Annie, or Ansel My Prayers.
I'm gonna go Ansel My Prayers.
It was Ann Solo.
Oh, I thought.
His stage name is Ann Solo.
Wait, how recent is this contract?
Well, I mean, you can have a stage name since you were 1. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay, but it's just
He's not
kinda,
like a big DJ.
it's kind of weird that his stage name is about to be a major.
Ann Solo.
Character he's about to have.
A-N-S-O-L-O, yes.
Anyways,
It's right there.
All right, next
Ansel
one.
My Prayers, I think, was
Number 3.
a great one.
Ansel has a hobby. Did you know? This is what he considers his guilty pleasure. So, this is his favorite hobby. Okay, I'm going to give you the 3. Either 1, he loves fighting, and his favorite TV show is The Ultimate Fighter. B, he loves cooking, and his favorite TV show is Hell's Kitchen. C, he loves fashion, and his favorite TV show is Project Runway.
Nathan?
I'm gonna say the Project Runway one.
He's pretty fabulous.
Maddie?
I'm gonna say the cooking.
I'm gonna go cooking too.
See, my problem is if you're a true cooking fan, I don't think Hell's Kitchen is your avenue to go. I think that's the gateway drug to Chopped. So I'm gonna go with.
Well, are you implying Chopped is like
No, I'm saying that's like the hardcore. Like if you're into cooking, like you watch that and you're like, oh yeah, I could totally make bacon out of lima beans and mushrooms.
I don't think he's ever seen an episode of Chopped.
To be
Or
fair,
Hell's Kitchen.
to be fair, I have seen that. What is that extreme cooking where you do have to like cook in like a baby kitchen and with one
Are you talking about Cutthroat Kitchen?
cutthroat kitchen? That's-
That one, okay, that one's more.
that is my
That's
game.
just- that one's a good one.
Anyways, I'm gonna go with. I'll go with the runway one too.
It was Hell's Kitchen.
Oh,
He loves to cook. He claims he makes the best eggs of anybody on the
I can
planet.
totally see him being like a sexy cook.
Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. No.
yeah.
Just like my really
Next
good
question
looking,
before we
not
break up.
Next question. This is Ansel's proclaimed hidden talent.
Is it how he can say his own name? Says it like in a sexy,
he does. If you didn't know,
way.
his mother is Russian and his father is Norwegian, so that's why he's so mysteriously European.
Okay.
All right, his hidden talent.
That doesn't sound like a mystery at all. It was pretty obvious the second you said it.
Anyways, his hidden talent: A, rock climbing; B, dancing; C, shooting, as in like guns.
As opposed to heroin? What? What else would you shoot?
I just wanted to clarify.
All right. Anyways, Nathan.
Well, none of those are really a talent except for dancing, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Dancing.
I'll go shooting.
What was the last one?
It was shooting. It was rock climbing, dancing, shooting.
I'll go with rock climbing, only just to be different.
Rock climbing is the winner.
Yeah.
He claims to that's like his hidden talent that he wishes he could make into a career is rock climbing.
Besides, if you saw him dance in the movie, that was not, you know.
Yeah.
Can he hold on to rocks better than other people? Like, how's that
It
a
just seems
talent?
like a dirt.
Why don't you answer your own question?
That has
And
been
thus concludes answer correctly.
fantastic. Gary, we all celebrate the 4th of July a little differently. However, some festivities in Hermosa Beach, California included crushing a 6-pack and then committing to intense exercise. Hermosa Beach Ironman even involves drinking a 6-pack of beer and trying not to puke. However, KTLA's Wendy Birch probably regrets taking that assignment, as Wendy was on camera interviewing one of the participants in the race from behind the camera. One participant projectile vomited onto Wendy, and thus a GIF was born. Hopefully, it was not the moment that will define her career, but Gary, what would you do if you got puked on while serving some Starbucks?
Well, first of all, at that point, all customer service, all niceties are at the window. I would probably just berate this person. I would feel terrible. I would have to, because now it's my job. I'd have to like shut down the store. I'd be really stressed out. I'd probably yell a lot. I'd probably get really, really sweaty, like cold sweats.
Oh, like yeah.
And I'd
Puke
probably
sweat,
make myself a free latte and get the F out of there.
Okay,
So
that's about as honest an answer as you can get. Back to you.
So Red, if you've heard of the company Red, they manufacture like really high-end movie cameras. The Red Epic. It's what they shot like the Hobbit movies on. A lot of big action movies use the Red cameras. They are they claim to be breaking into the arena of smartphones. They are manufacturing a holographic phone which uses nanotechnology to seamlessly switch between traditional 2D content and holographic multi-D content, and an algorithm to convert stereo sound into multi-dimensional audio to assault your senses.
Okay.
That is a quote from them. They want to assault your senses. Okay, so I want to play The Price is Right with everybody here.
All right, here we go.
Price of the phone.
Starting with Nathan?
Yeah, starting with Nathan.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to say what?
Price of Right rules. Closest without going over.
Closest without going over.
Okay.
Yes, the price of the new holographic phone.
All right, Nathan, start us out, bud.
I'm gonna say 1,300.
1,300.
I'm gonna be really bad at this. I'm not good at guessing prices. I think that's gonna be a hella expensive phone. I'm gonna call like 5,700.
Jesus Christ.
I was actually gonna go even higher.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go $59.99.
59. Okay.
Ooh, I'll be the rude one and go 1,301.
Well,
What?
I'm gonna say everybody lost. It's $1,200.
Oh, so then Luke wins.
I was so close.
Closest. Oh, 1,200.
I had the highest.
12,000.
Never mind.
1,200. Everybody has lost.
Everybody.
But I guess
done.
Nathan was the closest. So.
Theoretically. All right,
Yeah.
there we go. Should have gone the dollar route. All right, Gary, the Cleveland Cavaliers reportedly lowballed Chauncey Billups during negotiation to run the team's front office. According to ESPN.com's Chris Haynes and Mark J. Spears, the Cavaliers offered Billups an annual salary of $2 million after initially offering $1.5 million. A lot of money, right? But to serve as their president of basketball operations, but reportedly, people hired into the role Billups was pursuing generally start out making $4 million annually. So, what do you think of the Cavaliers after this? And if you could be the president of operations for a team, a dream job for many a sports fan, would you mind being lowballed?
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, I guess once. I think Luke wants to chime in here, so I'm gonna.
The disrespect that you would ask a sports question on the movie podcast with your sports podcast person right next to us.
I got a sports question too. It happens.
It gets interjected.
That's fine because you don't have a separate sports podcast. He does. literally in and out.
I ask you movie questions all the time. You know what? We will sort this out in the break in between the next Give Me Five.
Yes.
Disrespect.
Well, no, I've totally lost my train of thought. What I care about being lowballed.
Yes.
I guess I would. I mean, if I was in that world of people making egregious amounts of money all the time, and somebody wanted to offer me what seems like a very small amount of money, I'd probably be a little offended because Chauncey Billups is pretty accomplished. I don't know. Does he have an experience like running a? No, he doesn't have any experience.
He does have experience running a team as a point guard.
As a point guard, yeah, but you know what I mean. The front office. What do I think of them? I'm scared. I mean, the Warriors are picking up pieces left and right. The Cavs are like, Chauncey, someone run our team, get us players. We don't know what to do. We're losing everyone. So LeBron's not going to win another championship in Cleveland.
All right. Yeah. All right. So there we go. So no championship in Cleveland.
No championship in Cleveland.
No more.
And
you got your one.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because my next question has to do with the man, the myth, the legend, Swaggy P.
Oh yeah.
Nick Young. So he just went to the Warriors on like a 1 year, $5 million contract?
5.9.
5.9. I just want you to give me a quick stat line. How many minutes? How many points? Like what do you think he's honestly gonna do with the Warriors? Go.
Oh, he probably plays 6 minutes coming out.
6?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll give him like 15, 20.
Well, I think that David West is actually going to serve more minutes, even though he won't get as good as stats. I think coming off the bench, though, for like averaging 6 minutes, he's probably going to play, or he's probably going to get like 9 to 12 points.
9 to 12
there.
points in 6 minutes?
He's going to be the one open. Who do you guard? Kevin Durant?
I think he's like their second or third guy off the bench.
Well, yeah.
For sure.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're still going to go down the... I mean, we still have Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala. I mean, come on. There's a
He's better than Livingston.
You put all three of them in.
Yeah.
Livingston plays point. Young's at the
That's true.
two guard.
Livingston cannot shoot a three to
Yeah.
save his life. So I don't know.
Doesn't matter. You got Swaggy P. Swaggy 3.
I was going to say...
Swaggy 3.
Swaggy 3.
You do not... Yeah, he's got all the
averaging 15
Iggy
points a
Azaleas
game.
that he can handle. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I have the original. The uncontested best game here. No answer me this, answer me this, answer me that, answer me anywhere, because I have. It is back and better than ever. The
You always say it's back. It's
game.
here every time. It's not back. It hasn't gone anywhere.
It has gone and it is back and better than ever. Back from bear hibernation.
Oh,
there is
boy.
no brother. It is the original bear.
Oh my god.
Uber facts. This is the part of the show where I've got, what is this? 5 sets of facts here. And I'm going to give you 3 of them. You tell me which one's the fake fact that I completely made up. Are you ready?
I'm ready for this awful
And we'll
game.
we'll still go to the studio audience here for to see if they can sniff it out too. Is everybody ready? Here we go. All right. First fact of Uber facts. And you get to go first, Gary, because you do not get extra help from this game. All right, Uber Facts 1. First fact, movies released by Lionsgate are on average 11.5 minutes longer than the other major movie studios. Fact number 2, the probability of living past 110 years old is about 1 in 7 million. Fact number 3, scientists have made tattoos that generate electricity from sweat. Which fact is false, Gary? Look at that. The pure dismay on his face is what I live for each and every week as I painstakingly go through...
First one is Lionsgate, second one is 110 years old, third one is the electric tattoos.
That's correct.
I'm gonna go with number 1.
Number 1, you're saying that that's the fake one?
Yes.
Nathan.
Number 3.
Number 3.
I'm gonna say number 2.
Number 2.
I'm going to side with Matt. Number 2.
See, you all are smart to not go with Gary, but except in this one, where actually Gary got it right.
Ah! Yeah!
Damn. That means you're gonna go 0-4 now.
Yeah, that's the one and only one he's going to get right. All right, here we go. Next one. Mark Twain was born when Halley's Comet was visible. He died when it returned 75 years later. That's fact number 1. Fact number 2, for each extra hour someone spends sitting daily, their overall risk of dying increases by 11%. And fact number 3, the amount of sodium in one chicken finger could kill one baby scorpion.
First of all,
Yes.
are you sure you didn't mean Haley's Comet?
I could have. Who knows?
Because I don't think Holly's...
Holly
whatever
Berry?
you said, yeah. Holly Comet?
Is that one covered in leather?
Alright, we got Haley's, whatever's
Mark-
comment.
Mark Twain was born
Yeah.
on Halley's Comet and died when it came back. For each extra hour someone spends sitting daily, their overall risk of dying increases by 11%, and the amount of sodium in one chicken finger could kill one baby scorpion.
That second one, I feel like, is false because it's worded so weird, but I feel like that's something is true.
TikTok, Gary, TikTok.
Number 3 is false.
Number 3, alright. Nathan.
I feel like it's number 2.
Alright, Maddie.
Put number 3.
Either number 2 is fake or somehow it's worded badly.
Yeah.
Because it's mathematically impossible.
Because after like 10 hours of sitting, you're just dead at that point. That fact is true.
It just increases your chances, you said.
And yet again, Gary is true. He is figuring it out. Dude, I am so surprised. I thought I was going to get you on that chicken finger. I was eating chicken fingers last night.
I know, I was like, that's such a Phil fact. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
I got one.
Alright, here we go. Next one. A scientist allowed 78 bees, wasps, and ants to sting him to create a pain index. The absolute worst was the bullet. Fact number 1. A scientist allowed 78 bees, wasps, and ants to sting him to create a pain index. The absolute worst was the bullet ant. Fact number 2, more than 60% of people in Greece prefer to sleep in the nude. Fact number 3, laughing 100 times is equivalent to 15 minutes of exercise on a stationary bicycle. Gary, which one is the fake fact?
Number 3.
Number 3, Nathan.
I should have gone with 2, but 3.
It's gonna be number 2.
What was one again?
Number 1 was a scientist allowed 78 bees, wasps, and ants to sting him to create a pain index. The absolute worst was the bullet ant. Fact number 2, more than 60% of people in Greece prefer to sleep in the nude. And fact number 3, laughing 100 times is equivalent to 15 minutes of exercise on a stationary bicycle.
I'll go.
Do you stick with Gary?
I'll go number 2.
That's the question, really.
I'm going to stick with Gary because I don't think you can scientifically measure laughing 100 times.
People do it all.
And then compare it. Yeah, but like it's so... I'm going to go number 3.
All right. And in a weird reversal of the times, Luke is 0 for 3. Gary is off the board.
I got the last one.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You got the first 2.
Because I didn't get the first one.
Yeah.
But we both did the same one.
Okay, never mind then. All right. So, Gary, your streak is over.
It was 2, wasn't it?
It was number 2.
Yeah.
Seems like something Greece would be
so
known for.
They're pretty open.
Here?
I think we're all tied with 1.
I have 2.
No, Gary has 2. Gary has 2. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I got 2.
Next one. Every month, all members of the U.S. Congress receive a free copy of Hustler magazine in the mail. Fact number 2, pepperoni pizza is the most expensive type of pizza you can buy in Kuglatook, Canada. And fact number 3, eating spinach and eggs gives us faster reflexes. Gary, go ahead.
I hate you so much, so I'm going number 1.
All right. Nathan.
Repeat them one more time, I'm so sorry.
Every month, all members of the U.S. Congress receive a free copy of Hustler magazine in the mail. Fact number 2, pepperoni pizza is the most expensive type of pizza you can buy in Kuglatook, Canada. And fact number 3, eating spinach and eggs gives us faster reflexes.
Honestly, I just wanted to hear you say number 2 again. Number 1.
All right.
Number 2.
Number 2.
As a pizza professional.
Yes, there we go. There we go.
I'm either going like a complete idiot or I'm going to really seem like a professional.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go number 2.
And he did sniff out his Pizza Hut, his professionality. Kuglatook is a real place, just I don't know how much pepperoni costs there.
Pepperoni is the most popular pizza by far.
Doesn't mean it's the least expensive.
No, but it more than likely if that's your
the most expensive.
if it's your most popular ingredient that you're selling the most, more than likely it's not going to be your most expensive.
But really, the real fact that you're missing here is that Gary is now 2 for 2. 2 and 2. 2 and 2.
2 for 4.
Yeah.
I'm a 3.
Also, most people do toppings all the same price, or like it's split into 2 different.
Fair enough. All right. On his podcast, we can talk about that. Next one. The color pink is exclusively associated with masculinity in Zimbabwe. Fact number 2, it's easier to remember a password that describes a place you have been to. In fact number 3, during the Cold War, the U.S. considered airdropping enormous condoms labeled medium on the Soviets. Which one, Gary?
This determines my fate. If I get 3 out of 5, this is my record.
Yeah, this is by far the best you've ever done.
Give it to me one more time.
All right. The color pink is exclusively associated with masculinity in Zimbabwe.
It's in Africa.
Yes, that one's not in Canada.
Bitch, you didn't know that.
Kugelatuke, is that what you mean?
I'm sorry, I misspelled Kugelatuke again, yes. Fact number 2, it's easier to remember a password that describes a place you have been to. And fact number 3, during the Cold War, the U.S. considered airdropping enormous condoms labeled medium on the Soviets.
Number 1.
Number 1, you sure? Or we'll get back to you and make sure. All right, Nathan. Number 3.
I'm gonna say number 3 because I'm actually pretty sure they did do that.
Gary, you want to switch? You're the last one not on the number 3 one.
No, I don't want to switch.
Go with your gut.
Shoot the system. Final answer.
Final answer. You were all right to make sure to stay away from the it's easier to remember a password to describe a place that you've been to. That's true. Gary, I did make up the Zimbabwe and pink association.
Oh my god!
He's
67%.
That's a
3 for 5.
That's 60% even, but glad you're not in that.
60%. I was in 80. I think I was thinking 2 for 3.
Oh, there we go. And for the first and only time, he goes back down. I think he should go down 7% for that.
No.
Anyways,
60%.
anyways, congratulations, Gary. 3 for 5.
Woo, new record.
Just like in baseball, failing 7 out of 10 times is actually a good time.
He also tied, so.
Yeah, that's true. Maddie still has never lost here in the Uberfax Stadium.
What now?
Your turn, Gary.
You know what? I got a great question for you.
I'm dying to hear it.
Sad times. Disney Channel viewership has been going down for 3 straight years, and it's at a record low now because kids are going to other networks or watching Netflix or YouTube. So Disney Channel.
Or you know what? Are they going to school? I mean, how is that a viable option? But anyways, continue.
Wow. Anyways, well, my question is, were you a Disney Channel kid growing up? Yes or no? If not, what was your network that you watched your cartoons on? Cartoon Network or whatever. And what was your favorite show?
No, and you know what? I gotta go with the original OG, PBS.
PBS.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have cable, so that also helps.
Yeah, there you go.
So you had one option,
and it was the best. No, but Arthur, come on, the memes alone that have been that have spun forth from Arthur rival only SpongeBob. So I mean, we got to go with Arthur, the aardvark.
Like Franklin.
No, Frank. What memes do you use?
What about Caillou?
No, Caillou is freaky. Get that cancer-ridden kid off my television. He's so weird.
I hope there's nobody with cancer who listens.
No, we're so sorry to the listening audience.
So creepy. What kid stays the same age as bald and is just like going around
Stanley from Disney Channel.
Phineas and Ferb. They've been doing it.
Literally every single kid on any animated show ever.
Yeah, but still weird. But at least, I mean, Phineas and Ferb is a triangle. He's not an actual kid. He just looks weird.
He's a little. He's like a little more 3-dimensional than a triangle. So
she's trying to defend the triangleness of this kid's face.
Did not know you hated Caillou. We're sorry, Caillou, if you're listening from your deathbed.
I don't like children actors, and I don't like Caillou. I don't know if they're associated together. Most kid actors I don't, except for the girl who played Matilda. She's cute. Yeah. Anyways.
Inappropriate.
Oh my gosh. Anyways. All right. Gary, it's been 80 years since aviator Amelia Earhart disappeared over the Pacific Ocean while attempting to become the first female pilot to circumnavigate the world. Although she was declared legally dead in 1939, Earhart's remains and those of her navigator Fred Noonan were never found, and mystery has surrounded their fate ever since. On Wednesday, NBC's Today ran a segment on an upcoming History Channel special on Earhart. As the history documentary reveals, investigator Les Kinney found this formerly top secret photo in the National Archives, which I will show you right here.
Oh, is that Amelia?
Oh my gosh. According to its caption, the picture was taken in 1937 on, oh goodness gracious, this is going to be fun, Jaluit Atoll. How would you pronounce that there, Luke?
What?
Jaluit? Gelatinous?
I'd say Jalut.
Yeah, Jaluit.
I think the I is silent.
Yeah, it's present and not accounted for. Jaluit Atoll in the Marshall Islands, which were then under Japanese control. This new photo may prove that Earnhardt did not die. Earnhardt did not die in our flight. You know, we are usually pretty good on pronunciation. Today we're just awful. Anyways,
Howberry.
Gary, which unsolved mystery in this crazy world would you want to uncover if you could?
I've got 3 for you.
Oh, fantastic! I asked you which one, and you got 3.
I got 3.
You're really your math today is
Number 1.
Fantastic.
Jack the Ripper.
Oh, who was he?
Yeah. Number 2.
Pretty much already saw.
Yeah, they got that.
I was gonna say that.
I don't know they got that.
Have you watched History Channel?
No, because it's like conspiracy theories now. They have like the aliens, dude.
No, even then they had someone who they were pretty sure was Jack the Ripper.
But they never actually.
But back then you couldn't. Evidence was so rudimentary.
So
you couldn't use it.
technically.
So okay, well, good thing I have 2 more.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're better.
2, Roanoke, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony and scratched into the tree. I always thought that was so cool. And number 3, have you heard of the D.B. Cooper case? This guy hijacked the $200,000 out of a plane, jumped out, never found him. I would like to know what happened after that. So those are
He probably would wish that you didn't solve that, but yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No JFK?
No.
JFK. Oh, like
Yeah, Luke is the conspiracy theorist.
Back and to the right.
he twisted
Actually,
the
to the
umbrella.
left. Back and to the
When
left.
you know basic physics, it kind of
Right.
makes it.
Right.
Stanley Kubrick did the moon landing.
All right, anyways, your turn.
All right, so this is a philosophical question.
I see what you did there.
To delve into your character as a man. If you were stuck,
My character.
your character
I'm choosing to portray
as
a man.
you are stuck on an island with each of these 3 things: one comedian, one movie one comedian who is always talking your ear off, one song that you have to listen to every day, and one movie that you have to watch every day. Who's your comedian? What's your song? And what's your movie?
Oh, Steve Carell is my comedian.
He's an actor. Give me a.
He's like a funny actor. No, we're talking like strictly.
You had to specify. You didn't specify stand-up comedian.
I said okay, stand-up comedian.
Stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Can I choose Robin Williams or?
Yeah, you can choose. He's done.
He's dead, but
Well, I mean, if he's in my voice, if he's in my head, theoretically, he's like the Gusteau of this Ratatouille mind I've got in here.
did you say Caillou land?
He's in Caillou's land.
Oh god.
Whoa, I hope not.
Oh god.
Canada? Anyways, what was it? My song would be "Don't Stop Believing" because if I'm deserted on an island, that's a good, message to keep in mind. I'm sure. As I eat my 20,000 coconut, don't stop believing this will eventually taste like rice. And then the movie.
Why would you want to taste like rice?
Why is rice your go? Man, I could really go for a good bowl of rice right now.
God, some white rice would be just hit the spot.
Yeah, because you need an assimile, white rice, white coconut meat, same difference. Anyway.
There's so many other things. Chicken.
Almost anything is a better decision.
Oh my goodness. All right, and then
Rice.
oh my goodness, I feel so judged.
You should.
Oh my goodness, and then what movie?
Right.
He's not over. Oh my goodness.
What's your freaking movie, man?
Now my movie, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably got to be like, and everybody's like looking at me now, judging with my like
Something
with their
what's his face? Your favorite actor?
Steve Carell.
No, the dude.
Owen Wilson.
No, the guy who you always like.
I don't think Owen Wilson's anyone's
He was in the
favorite.
first. He was in that old football movie that you really like.
Sean Astin. Oh, Rudy?
No, he's a black dude. What's his
No,
name?
Denzel Washington.
No, not Denzel.
We are going down the list.
Cuba
Gooding Jr.?
Cuba. Something you've
Wow.
had with Cuba.
Oh, radio! You're saying? Oh, no, I don't want to cry like every other 2 hours.
Cry as you're eating your rice every day.
You will just not let
the
it.
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You're never living that down.
I know. Probably. I don't even know. Let's just be fun here. Let's go Grease.
Okay.
Summer loving, eating some rice.
I've actually never seen Grease.
Well, there you
What
go.
is wrong with you?
A lot of things.
Luke, it's probably not your cup of tea, honestly. I don't know.
I never. After everyone described it to me, I never thought it sounded good to begin with. So like, after a while, I was just like,
the musical and the movie, two separate entities.
Totally.
I don't think I would like either.
Yeah, well, the movie's a bit dirtier. I mean, it's like as far as innuendo.
Look, you're gonna like it.
By that,
It's dirtier than brown rice, I'll tell you.
You said it was brown rice.
Yeah, I said white rice.
Because white rice is like, it's not dirty.
Oh, now
You
we're
said
like,
white rice specifically.
you got some rice on your.
I
plate.
was just.
All right.
I understood the joke, Gary.
Thank you.
It was funny.
It was
All right,
but-
and my final one, Gary. Christopher Nolan's commitment to the film format, which would be 70 millimeters, will be on full display with the release of his World War II drama Dunkirk. Yeah, whose July 21st release is expected to include roughly 100 70 millimeter theater installations, plus 31 IMAX 70 millimeter theaters, which would make it among the widest 70 millimeter releases in the last quarter century. Theaters scheduled to install 70mm film projectors for the release, including AMC Burbank in Los Angeles and AMC Lincoln Square in New York, as well as the ArcLight Dome in Hollywood. Christopher Nolan said, "I have been a longtime proponent of film, particularly in the IMAX film format, as a storytelling medium. The immersive quality of the image is second to none, drawing the audience into the action in the most intense way possible. Nolan has been a champion of keeping film alive as a production medium, as well as for exhibition and archival purposes. He has been using IMAX film cameras for a growing proportion of the production of his motion pictures, an effort that started with 2008's The Dark Knight." Gary, what is something that you remain a traditionalist with your life?
You want to know something, Phil?
I swear, there's a rice joke in here.
Please let me rice joke.
I gotta stick with the yellow rice.
This is something I mentioned on this podcast. This is something that I have regrettably snapped at my girlfriend, my mother, and my family about multiple times. I will not buy concessions at the movie theater.
Okay.
It's too expensive. Who would do that? $26 for 2 drinks and a large popcorn, that is robbery in the highest form. I am stuck in my ways. Yes, ma'am?
To the floor, man.
That's not a tradition.
Yeah.
Just to be honest.
When we discussed this before the podcast, he was like, "What is something that you will not change? Like something that in your life you are traditionalist with?"
In fact, wouldn't a traditionalist be like I always eat popcorn at a movie theater? Like I have to.
You know what?
But it's alright. You live.
Yes,
I'll let you live. Maddie.
For someone who hates to buy concessions,
I have done it for you because I have felt bad because
No.
We're gonna argue on this podcast.
No, we're not. I'm just going to explain that, Mr. I hate buying concessions at the movie theater, which is absolutely true. I go, well, I want some popcorn, and I'm going to buy popcorn. I come back, he looks at what I got and says, "You only got a medium? Why didn't you get a large?"
Because why was it just like this
and
big?
then proceeds to eat the entire thing of popcorn. That is why he can't get concessions, because he is selfish.
I remember in the Big Sick, I saw you over there. You stole a couple of Maddie's popcorn.
We bought chips and sandwiches at the Starbucks in the mall and stuffed them in her purse and brought them
No,
in.
they weren't in my purse. They were in my pockets.
Yeah.
My jacket pockets.
Double smoked bacon sandwich in the pocket.
Although, did you see? Where did you see Baby Driver? As a quick aside.
AMC Arrowhead, the best theater around.
Oh, okay.
Reserved seats.
Accurate.
Dude,
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I just went downtown to see. What did I see this week? I saw a lot this weekend, but I saw Megan Levy this weekend as well.
Oh.
And what they have now, apparently, at least this AMC downtown, is a bucket of popcorn, which you buy for like 11, I think 25 or whatever. But it's a
See a
refill.
movie for that much.
Hold on, and then you come back and refills are only $4.50, but it's a big bucket of popcorn.
Okay, but you wouldn't even need one refill. Why you're acting like this is some sort of great deal. How many refills of popcorn
It's
do you
a year.
get?
It's a yearly bucket of popcorn like the Harkins.
Oh,
everybody says
That makes more sense.
We might have changed the game.
I'm sorry that you explained it in the worst possible way.
It's a reusable
We also have
bucket.
Starbucks people in here where if you leave the store, you can't get a refill.
Right.
My movie's over. I want another large bucket of popcorn. For $4.
And they also, for the summer, for the remainder of summer, they have dollar dogs, which
Dollar dogs?
Oh my god.
which hot dogs are only $1.
So they're just stealing from Harkins.
I mean, yeah, they probably wanted to come.
That's what that is. Wear your T-shirt or Harkins, $1 popcorn.
Because Harkins had the $1 popcorn for the T-shirt, and the $1
drink.
refill. Yeah, $1.50 drinks.
Well, technically they had free medium popcorn, and then it was like $1 upcharge for a large, right? Whatever.
I never got it. I don't eat popcorn in
Well, now if you buy a large,
I sneak stuff in.
one free refill.
But then you're just going home after the movie.
Popcorn.
I never get that.
Well, there you go. There's your friendly PSA announcement from Chopped Greens to you. Go now to AMC downtown and get your popcorn today. Anyways, all right. So there's Give Me 5.
Yeah, that was
Thank you for the studio audience for joining in on the Uber Facts, for viewing Gary's triumphant
3 for 5,
arrival.
60%.
Yeah, good job for time.
67.
And all the goodness that is Give Me 5. So next week we will be reviewing Spider-Man.
Give me pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I think I killed Luke, guys.
I just realized you quoted
Spider-Man.
Sorry, I've seen a lot of memes involving that
Peter Parker.
that particular line,
Spider-Man.
so it hit a nerve.
yes, I see that.
I don't need the judgment. Let's wrap it up.
I got so much judgment from my Rice comment that I feel dishing
Well, that was
out.
a dumb comment.
Yeah,
so
Dishing out, man.
Yeah, did they? But anyways, we'll be seeing Homecoming. Apparently, it's got some good reviews. I wasn't able to.
I'm trying to stay away from that stuff now. I'm trying
Now,
to.
I had tried to too, but I got wrong information, so I had to check out when the movie date release was and all this stuff. And
I was actually given that information by another human who I work with, so blame him.
Oh, gladly off air, I will talk to your supervisor.
trust but
whoever.
verify. Trust but verify.
Oh, but verify.
Oh.
Okay, I did not understand that
Huh?
that sentence.
I would think the journalism
thought he said
major would.
It just took a second to because it
Trust
was
fund
two
verify.
different molds of thinking. Anyways, so we will be seeing Spider-Man. Apparently, it's good, and it also has a great villain. Fantastic.
I never said it didn't. Why did you look at me? I literally made no comment about Spider-Man villains.
He made a lot of comments.
That's not accurate in the slightest.
Unfortunately, we do not have the podcast version of the break, but their time will.
We had a large
show.
argument about villains.
We did.
Yes.
Anyways, we have gone on far too long and far long enough in this film, in this podcast.
Could have eaten like
getting
6
tired.
bowls of rice by now, dude.
Yes, we could. All right. So again, thank you for the studio audience for being here.
You're welcome.
For
Gary Batcher.
I am Philip Amaran. Thank you so much for listening to Chopped Greens. As always, you can listen to us on YouTube for all of our archived episodes, and of course, SoundCloud for all of our newer episodes.
Bye.